Hi, my name is Phil with Yamaha. Here we are at the booth at CEDIA 2025, and I want to give you a quick walkthrough of what we got going on here. So we're going to start out. This is all Yamaha audio in this booth. So we have some consumer audio, we have some pro audio, we have some communication, conferencing audio. So everything that Yamaha does with audio is kind of represented at this booth. Now, if we come over here, this is the flagship Yamaha Aventage A8A. It's been around for a while. It's had many firmware updates on it. But what we want to do is just show off the build quality of a Yamaha receiver. Huge, massive power supply in the center of the unit, and symmetrical output. So half the amplifier is over here on this circuit board, half are over here on this circuit board. And by putting the power supply in the center, any one of the channels that needs there's an explosion or a bass drum kick, it needs a big jolt of current, it's right here. It doesn't have to very far to travel through wires and stuff like that. So we have really high dynamics. We have things like this mu metal, this can right here that's around the transformer. This is something that Yamaha does. It's a little extra. It's very expensive. It's called mu metal, MU. So any magnetic field that strays out of the transformer or leaks out of the transformer gets absorbed by this metal shield right here and shunted to ground and doesn't get into the sensitive electronics. So, I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff we can talk about right here, but we do like to show off the build quality of Yamaha and what makes them so reliable. Now, if we head this way, the one new product that we're showing off in the demo room on the inside this year is a new TrueX Surround 90A. This is a new soundbar. To give you a point of reference, this is a $3,500 soundbar package. It comes with the soundbar, wireless surround speakers, and a wireless subwoofer. So it's a complete surround package. It's a 30-pound soundbar. So we got a metal chassis. Runs Yamaha's Musicast system, multi-room audio system. The processing that's in here is the same processing chip that we use in the A8 and the Aventage receivers. So it's not a compromise. It is full processing. I think you can see right here, one of the things that makes this so effective for Dolby Atmos is we use our beam driving technology. This is something that Yamaha developed in 2004 with the YSP1, our first true soundbar. There's 6 drivers in here that beam the sound up off the ceiling down to the listening area. And by adjusting the timing and the level of the drivers, then we can move the beam back and forth. So no matter if you're sitting close to the soundbar or far away to the soundbar, we can get you that overhead experience like having a true in-ceiling speaker. So it's very close to that. So this is our flagship piece. This is what we're showing off. It's going to start shipping here in the next month or so. Then we bring our people over here because one of the more exciting things about the latest firmware update that we have is now it works with Sonos. And what's that mean for you? If you have a Sonos port, we can set it up with the Sonos app. Some customers has Sonos all throughout their house. Now they can integrate a Yamaha surround receiver and work with the Sonos app. So when it's set up properly, the customer's using the Sonos app, and they just hit this room, it's the living room or whatever it happens to be. It'll turn on the port will turn on the receiver will switch to the right input, and the customer will use the volume up and down. Doesn't know he's using the Yamaha, he just knows he's using the app, and it works like all the other rooms in his house. So that's kind of new, and it gives the integrators a little more flexibility of getting Yamaha into the projects. Another thing we do with Yamaha Aventage products is we have what's called Web Setup. So I don't think you can see it on the camera, but what we do is with any browser, you type in the IP address of this receiver. Once everything's on the network, you do the IP address /setup. And when you do that, it brings up this page, or should I say pages. These are all adjustments that can be done through the on-screen display and a TV and a remote control going up, down, left, right. And eventually you can get to all these adjustments. But I just give you an idea, you don't want to do it that way. It's too hard. So we get into the PEQs, and you do all the 7-band parametrics, do the DSP, and change the system settings and things like that. So everything that the receiver can do, you can do from a PC. And then the beauty of that is hit save, and then you have the file saved for the next time around. So that's kind of the highlights for the AV products. We also have RX-A4 and an RX-A2. This is the entry level to the Aventage line of product, which is our flagship product. So that's kind of, like I said, that's kind of the consumer audio portion of what we're doing. Now I'm going to move over. This is something that is kind of fun here, is our unified communications products right here. So Yamaha does a lot in conferencing, primarily in Japan, and they're more popular with that in Japan. We're doing here in the US. So if you have a conference room, this is a microphone array. You have 64 little actually 64 microphones in here. These microphones that are sticking out right there are a beamforming, kind of a reverse beamforming. So if someone over on the left-hand side of the conference room starts talking, these four will say, hey, it's over in that direction, someone's talking. These 64, the processing in these 64 drivers here will change phase, do all kinds of magical stuff, and eliminate the sound in the rest of the room and focus the sound on whoever's talking. There's software that's built into it, so you just type in the IP address. It's real simple to set up. It's like 10 minutes of a setup. We have a processor. When you just type in the IP address, it pulls up the driver. Maybe there's an area of the room that you don't even want these things to even think about going to. Maybe it's a 50-foot by 40-foot room, but the conference table is only 20 by 20 section. We can have the microphones only react to that. Processor, Yamaha Network AV switch. This is PoE. It uses Dante digital audio distribution. The speakers are real simple for this. So for in ceiling, you have a Cat6 connection. So the amplifier is built in, power over Ethernet, and the Dante with the what you set up with the processing. And then it all calibrates itself with DSP and all that stuff. So this entire system, including the columns that we have here, it's all together. So we pull it out. It's not everyone in this room does conferencing, but there's a handful of guys. We just wanted, it's an awareness thing, so we just wanted people to see that. Okay, so that's just a little sample of what we brought here to the show is our Aventage, the new soundbar, our unified communication, the UC systems for conferencing, and then a little bit of our pro audio products that we have off to the side for kind of that res-commercial feel, coffee shop, restaurants, things like that. So that's what we have here, CEDIA 2025.